Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today's December 17th, 2020. And today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Bitcoin explodes to the upside, finally. And we called it, okay? Those of you who have been watching our daily review will have noticed that we have been following quite carefully the past couple of days looking for that breakout. Now, looking at the economic events of the day. First, coming out of Switzerland. Swiss National Bank will have a monetary policy number coming out. And then at 2 p.m. South African time, out of Great Britain, we have an official bank rate. That's an interest rate decision out of Great Britain. That's an important number, following up to our FOMC number yesterday. Now, looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, we're watching the dollar tumble versus the major pairs. That's really an interesting rotation as the indices break higher, including the Nasdaq making new record highs while the Dow Jones following. Now, looking at commodities, both break out higher as well. Gold on inflationary concerns and oil on demand. Okay, it looks like parts of Asia are back to normal in terms of oil consumption, drawing the price of oil higher. Now, lastly, looking at stocks, Microsoft and Amazon are the ones that take the market higher. The rotation continues. Yesterday, it was Apple. Following the day, it was Microsoft and Amazon. So the market is taking a rotation once again as the markets are taking in this massive news of the stimulus package that's about to be taken out. Now, lastly, looking at the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, massive breakout. We're going to take a look at that. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So without a doubt, we're going to start with Bitcoin because that's really the major play right here. Look at that, 19,500. That was my call yesterday, okay? So for those of you who have been watching the daily review, the market review, the daily review, however you'd like to call it, you would see that we did have this call. If it broke above 19,500 with some oomph, you would take it out. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And that's, I mean, it's orbital. It looks like it's taking off like a spaceship into orbit. I mean, look at that. From 19,500 up to 2,500 in a day. That's 3,000 points. That's over 10% in 1 day of trading. I mean, this is the type of market that people are really capitalizing on and taking advantage of. So just be aware of that. Now, starting out with the Euro USD, GBP USD, excuse me, when taking a look here at the GBP, breaking that 135, and it's across the board. If we look at the Aussie dollar as well, also breaking out to 76. That's a 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at a daily chart, and you could see that this has really never retraced. We kind of teased us at 75.34, not breaking out higher, but finally yesterday taking that higher. Now, this is working perfectly. It's working in conjunction with the indices getting stronger, the dollar getting weaker, and that's a normal rotation. Now, jumping into commodities, okay, we're going to skip. Now, you know what? Let's just jump into the Rand, because that's also an important element. This broke down from 1485 yesterday to 1475. Now, this is very important because we are hitting an area we're in choppy trading. Okay, now this could drop 50 points in a day, not even a question. The question is, how much further is it going to go? Okay, so it's a little bit of pull and chug here versus the dollar versus the Rand. Is the Rand that weak or is the dollar weaker? So, okay, that's really what the question is when we're looking at this currency. Now, looking at gold. Gold getting to our second resistance-ish level, our first 1847. Now we're at 1875. So this is really an important level to hit. The question is it going to go higher? And that's something that I will look at today to see if we do get that breakout, depending on how concerned the markets are about inflation. Now, jumping into oil also, as anticipated demand continues, we're right now selling off about 20 cents, but altogether we broke out yesterday above that 47.90ish level, and then it just took it up to 48.55. You got to watch the markets, consistent markets, because these type of breakouts, they do happen quite aggressively with a short period of time. Looking at the Nasdaq, trading at all-time highs, a 12,732 on our highs, on our dead highs today. Let's see if we get that follow through. We're going to need to get that follow through with the stocks. The Dow Jones not breaking out with some oomph. It's at the top of that range at 30,287, not breaking out. Okay, so today may be the day for the Dow Jones. Okay, yesterday was the Nasdaq, today is the Dow Jones, but you got to see the stocks actually coming through on that. Now, looking at the stocks, it was a day for Microsoft, excuse me. Let's just jump into it. This is Microsoft at 215 up to 218. Now, this has been the range. Okay, we've discussed this several times. Every time it hits 215, it retraces, but this time it did not. And that was your cue to jump in. Okay, 215 and then jumping out to 218. Now, this has to show us some consistency on the upside. Amazon also on the upside to 32-ish level. You could see that at a 1 hour chart, but it is at resistance-ish level. This is why I'm a little bit concerned, because I would have expected Amazon also to break out on the higher level, and it's not doing it. Okay, now looking at the other stocks, like my Apple, it was relatively unchanged on the day. 125, not really changed that much. Okay, so you see that this rotation is finally happening again, okay, which is a healthy sign. Facebook on its resistance level, but not breaking out higher either. Looking at JP Morgan, also just hovering on that 120-ish level, not breaking out higher. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin. Now, this has been the play of the day. Okay, I'm going to look at it again. This is incredible. We got to look at this on a weekly chart just to give us perspective. Look at that. Now, this means, okay, however far we go higher here, okay, there should be a 50% retracement at some point. So just expect that. Okay, for right now, it's going orbital, and it may even increase today. So even if you chase it a little bit, just be careful, okay, because this can turn on a dime, and it could, progressively get back to its 20,000-ish level if it does turn like that. Okay, so just make sure not to chase it too much. Okay, there will be multiple opportunities to scalp it, that's for sure, but I wouldn't position trade it. I would probably just jump in and out, trying to get that $2, $3 range, just to put those. I mean, look at the range right now. I mean, it's in a $20 to $30 range, so you're not even going to get $2. Okay, so you got to just really respect it, because it's very volatile, and people could get hurt in these type of situations, and you can make a lot of money in these situations. So just be careful on the both sides. If you do take, on the upside, buy on the bid, sell on the offer. Okay, take that spread, use it to your advantage. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day.